I woke up to the hiss of my car's gas cap. It was wide open, like someone had helped themselves to my tank's privacy overnight. My heart slammed against my ribs before I even fully registered what was happening. It was 6:30 in the morning, and the damp, salty breeze from the Pacific was doing nothing to calm my nerves. I glanced at my partner, Alex, still curled up next to me, completely oblivious. I slid out of bed, careful not to wake Alex, and padded down the hall in my socks. In the garage, their old Chevy pickup sat exactly where we'd left it the night before, but something felt off. On the cold asphalt next to the rear tire lay a massive hunting knife, the blade dull and smeared with who knows what. My stomach sank. I snapped a photo and texted our neighbors, the McAllisters, whose sprawling farmhouse we shared a driveway with. Molly McAllister replied almost instantly, "Doesn't look like ours. We don't know whose that is." Great. Another scumbag in our little town. We'd always assumed the worst of the crews of tweaker cars that rolled through after dark, hoping to siphon a few bucks worth of gas. But up until now, they'd only taken from abandoned tractors or empty pickups. Never had they tried our vehicles until today. I went inside, brewed coffee, and tried to shake off the panic. There was nothing more I could do right now. No point in disturbing Alex when I could just check the footage later. We'd installed cameras a few months back after a rash of thefts in our rural community, so at least we'd have evidence. By the time I got home that afternoon, a storm was rolling in. I booted up my laptop and logged into our doorbell cam's interface. The timeline clicked forward to 6:40 a.m., right when I'd noticed the cap open. Dark Chevy SUV pulled in, idling at the edge of the driveway, just past the fence line. The driver got out, hood up and stretched as if readying for a long job. He wore a hooded sweatshirt, the drawstrings dangling like nooses, and jeans so filthy they looked painted on. In one hand he held a length of plastic tubing, the kind you'd use to siphon gas. He circled our vehicles 3 times, each lap getting more confident. Then peeked into our detached garage, shining a flashlight inside without crossing the threshold. I held my breath when he climbed our front steps, craning his head left and right, searching for a gas can. He found ours, an empty, bright red can sitting innocuously by the side door. He grabbed it, flipped it upside down, and paused. That pause looked like relief, like he'd finally located his prize. Then he walked off camera and disappeared. I replayed the clip to make sure I saw right. He left without anything. I sent the video to Molly and her brother Jake. Seconds later, Molly answered, "That's our brother Dean. He's been busted off our property. He's been in and out of jail for stealing. You have to call the sheriff." Her words hit me like ice water. I picked up the phone and dialed the county sheriff's non-emergency line. A friendly deputy named Thompson answered. Gave him the rundown, keeping them vague, no names, just the facts. By the end of the call, Thompson sounded fed up. "That guy's a thorn in everyone's side," he muttered, and I got the sense they'd been tracking Dean for a while. He promised to note my report and said he'd keep an eye out. That evening, Alex asked how my day went. I told them everything, showing them the clip, pointing out the knife, and reading Molly's texts.